Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 679th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you will see this is fought on a custom map hosted by Brotherhood member Crypto. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now he's got an unusual Greek cities army here of 15 Spartans and 2 fast moving cavalry and no archers. So this is an unusual Aurelius army here. If you notice, his light cavalry have got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack, and these guys can be very useful for chasing down chariot archers or just foot archers. They're pretty good there. So of course Greek cities is Aurelius' faction of choice, and he's got very good with them. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu has got 14 archers and 6 chariots. Okay, 14 archers and 6 chariots in his Egyptian army. Very unusual to bring Egypt on a non-desert map, so there's no bonuses to be had here for the Egyptian troops. Okay, so there's a Pharaoh Bowman. He's got gold shield, gold attack on them. Now remember, I think pound for pound, these are the best archers in the game. They've got long range, really good defense, and when they've run out of arrows, they make very good light infantry. Okay, so they are very good bowmen. As I say, probably the best bowman in the game, and he's got 14 of them. Imagine the firepower that he can lay down onto the enemy team with 14 Pharaoh bowmen. And then he's got his chariots here. Now remember, these chariots got a big fear factor, big attacking specifications, but the plus they've got is they don't run amok. If they get routed, they just leave the battlefield like any other unit, so they don't run amok. And we've seen chariots run amok in the past where they become a menace, where they kill both friend and foe alike. Well, these guys don't. They just, as I say, just leave the battlefield like any other unit. But if you notice here in this Egyptian army, no infantry. Okay, so he's got no infantry, but he's got 14 archers and 6 maxed chariots. Okay, but no infantry there. So if you were the enemy team and you looked at this Egyptian army, do you think that you would view this as a weak link and attack it almost straight away to force your way through this Egyptian army? Be interesting to see what the enemy team does. Okay, our next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old army of 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. We're going to have a look at my battle formation a little bit later on, because it's very relevant for this battle, as you will see as the battle progresses. Okay, our last teammate is Brotherhood member Madking. Now Madking has got 18 infantry and 2 cavalry, so he's gone extremely infantry based here. But will 18 infantry make up for just 2 cavalry? It'll be interesting to see as the battle unfolds there. Okay, so I say we've got quite a diverse team. I think this is going to make the battle even more interesting. We've got Aurelius with Greek cities. We've got Mantu with Egypt on a non-desert map, so no bonuses for any of his troops. Okay, no bonuses at all. We've got Rome with myself, and we've got Rome here with Madking. This should be an absolute epic battle for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Crypto with an experimental Pontus army. He's got 11 pikes, 2 chariot archers, 4 heavy chariots, and 3 archers. Okay, so 11 pikes, 2 chariot archers, 4 heavy chariots, and 3 archers there. There's his chariot archers there. As you can see, you've got the driver and the 2 archers there. They can be a real nuisance to enemy troops. And then you've got his heavy chariots. Now these guys got big attacking specifications, big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing, but they do run amok. And when they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike. As we've seen in other battle videos, they kill both friend and foe alike, and they seem to be stronger in amok mode than normal mode, which always seems a bit strange to me. So it'll be interesting to see how well Crypto handles them during the course of the battle. Quick look at Crypto's battle formation here. You'll notice his forward units have just got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. As you go further back into his battle formation, you'll see he's got more elite troops there, where he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So the first row of troops there will take the pillars, make first contact with the enemy, and then his elite troops are at the back. But just look at the length of those pikes our troops have got to fight down to try and kill the man on the other end. A very tall order there, especially with the good upgrades he's got on his pikes. And there's his 3 short range archers there. So as I say, that's an experimental Pontus army of Cryptos, I believe. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now Spearman's got 12 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 12 infantry, 5 cavalry. If you have a look at the upgrades on his infantry, he's got unusual upgrades. Now see his forward unit here, forward pilot shield unit has only got 1 upgrade on. Okay, and then as you go further back, then his next polar shield unit has just got 5 upgrades on. I'm guessing gold, defense and silver attack. But if you go further back in his battle formation, there you are, you see you've got 7 upgrades on his troops, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on the rear units of his battle formation there. Okay, so he's got mixed upgrades there. He usually brings quite serious cavalry, so let's have a look at his cavalry there. And there you are, you can see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So as I say, make no mistake, this is a tried and tested spearman army, battle hardened. So it'll be interesting to see how well he used that during the course of the battle. The next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman with his faction of choice, Carthage. He's got 13 sacred band spearmen, 2 slingers, and he's got 3 sacred band cavalry and 2 missile cavalry. Look at his battle formation here. You'll see his forward units have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. On the forward units of his battle formation, these are the guys that are going to make first contact with the enemy, take the pilots, take the casualties there with their 7 upgrades. And then his more elite troops with their 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, will then come forward to attack the weakened enemy. Okay, so that'd be his tactics there. Weaken the enemy with those less upgraded troops at the front of his battle formation, then bring his more elite infantry in to weakened enemy troops. So I think that's a pretty good battle formation there of Barclayman's. Quick look at his cavalry. I'm thinking he's probably only got gold, just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, as he spent most of his money on his infantry. And I believe he's got 2 missile cavalry units hiding in the woods there. So it'd be interesting to see how he uses those during the course of the battle. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now JGP has actually got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. But if you count, you'll see he's only got 8 infantry that we can actually see. Okay, if you have a look at the upgrades on his infantry, you'll see most of his infantry have got a gold shield, gold attack and an experience stripe. His cavalry, I believe, got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. But he's being a bit tricky here. He's only showing us 8 infantry, so we think, oh, it's only 8 infantry. That'd be quite easy for us there, only 8. But if I remember correctly, he's got 3 urban cohort units hiding in the woods there. So he's being a bit sneaky there with his infantry. As I say, on the face of it, you just see 8 infantry, but he's got another 3 hiding in the woods there. So there's the enemy team. Let's say a very diverse team like ours. They've got Pontus with Crypto, they've got Rome with Spearman, they've got Carthage with Barclayman, and they have got JGP's Rome army there. So there you go. You can see there that very diverse teams. But I'm just thinking to myself, we've got Mantu, we've got with Egypt there, and I'm just thinking that the enemy team may well look to try and smash through there, as he's got no infantry. Okay, so as I say, Egyptian army's got no bonuses, and you can see there that maybe Spearman's thinking, right, I could smash through those Egyptians there, as they've got no infantry there, with maybe Pontus's help, they could do that. So it'd be interesting to see what the enemy team tactics are during the course of the battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I wanted to talk about my old-fashioned infantry formation here, and the reason I want to talk about it is because it's going to be very relevant as the battle develops, as you will see. Okay, as I say, this is a very old school, old-fashioned battle formation here that I've worked on over many years, tweaking here and there until I found this formation. Now, a lot of people say it looks like a house. Can you see there with the roof at the top there? Somebody said it looks a little bit like Pizza Hut's logo, but yeah, that's what some people say about it. But as I say, this is a what I call an old-fashioned morale-based battle formation here. You'll see that I've got 2 Eagle units plus my infantry general there. Okay, see the 2 Eagle units plus the infantry general. So there's a lot of morale going on here before we even look at the upgrades of the infantry. Okay, so 2 Eagle units and my infantry general. Also, you'll see that most of my infantry have got an experience stripe on as well. Okay, remember that experience stripes really makes a difference to an army there. I think gold shield, gold attack troops are kind of like new troops that have just passed their basic training. But if you put an experience stripe on your troops, that means they've seen battles, they've seen action. And don't forget that experience stripe gives your troops an extra attack, an extra defense, and extra morale as well. Okay, so as I say, this is a tried and tested, old school, old fashioned battle formation here. Okay, so it's not just the makeup of the army, it's the actual battle formation itself. This battle formation, as I say, over many years, it's become kind of a battle hardened formation here, where I've tweaked it, changed it here and there, and made it very strong. Those of you that have fought against this battle formation will know how tough it is when you've attacked it. Okay, now the only reason I'm talking about this is because later on in the battle, this battle formation is sorely tested by the enemy troops. Okay, now whether this formation will hold or whether it will break under massive enemy attack, it'll be interesting to see. But remember, this is a very old school, old fashioned army. I may have been using this army for 10, 11, 12 years. So it is very battle hardened, and it works really well. As I say, those of you that have attacked it and fought against it, you know how tough this battle formation is. So as I say, the only reason I'm talking about this is because later on you will see this battle formation be sorely tested by the enemy. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Aurelius' modern way of using the Greek cities. Can you see how he split his army into 3 Spartan armies there? And he uses this army extremely well. Remember that Greek cities is Aurelius' faction of choice. He's got very, very good with the Greek cities. And as you can see, splitting them into 3 really helps his kind of style of playing the battle. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does with these 3 armies. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, we've just literally pressed start here. You can see JGP bringing his archers across here and moving his 8 infantry that we can see towards Mad King. Okay, now remember, Mad King's got 18 infantry and just 2 cavalry. And will that 18 infantry make up for the lack of cavalry? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, so let's just pause the game. As I say, Mad King's 18 infantry there. And as I say, on the face of it, all we can see is JGP's just got 8 infantry there against his 18. So, as I say, Mad King may well feel confident here to be able to advance his 18 infantry against JGP's 8. But remember, I believe, if I remember correctly, JGP's got 3 urban cohort units hiding in the woods there. So, actually, instead of 8, he's got actually 11 infantry there, which I think he'll bring out during the course of the battle. Now, if you notice here, you'll see JGP bringing those archers forward there, and I think what he wants to do with those archers is try and target Mad King's 2 cavalry units there. Can you see how JGP is really advancing those archers forward there? And the only thing I can think of is he's going to try and target Mad King's cavalry. Well, Mad King's not going to allow that, and you can see Mad King here moving his 18 Brutii infantry forward here towards JGP. Now I got a feeling this is where the battle's going to kick off here on the left flank. Okay, between Mad King's 18 infantry and JGP's 11 infantry when he gets the 3 out of the woods there. Okay, if we move over here onto the right flank, you'll see that Mantu is aggressively moving his 14 Pharaoh bowmen forward there, ready to start shooting arrows into the enemy troops. He would like to probably target those Pontus pikemen, as we know they are extremely susceptible to archer fire. And as you see, you've got his chariots here to protect his archers from any lightning cavalry attack that the enemy might put in there. So that's a good bit of cover there by Mantu for his archers. And over here you'll see these chariot archers of Crypto here starting to make themselves a nuisance. But remember that Aurelius usually deals with them with these fast moving cavalry. Okay, remember these Greek cavalry with good upgrades on. You'd be surprised how tough they are. And as we've seen in other battle videos, Aurelius can take out these chariot archers with those units. I think we saw that in the last battle as well, which I'm sure that he'd want to do now. Okay, but as I say, I think the battle here is going to really kick off on the left flank. And as I say here, you can see, I should think Mad King would feel very confident here as I say, with his 18 infantry. Imagine the firepower that he's got with those 18 infantry, the amount of pilots he could throw into enemy troops before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. So, I mean, he's got, as I say, a lot of firepower there. And as I say, JGP there is being backed up by Spearman's well-upgraded cavalry. Plus, you've got Barclayman's Sacred Band cavalry there as well. They probably have spotted that Mad King's only got 2 cavalry units. And here you can see JGP's archers were starting to target Mad King's cavalry there. And now you can see Mad King aggressively moving forward there with his 18, as I say, infantry units there. And as I say, just imagine the firepower he can lay down onto JGP before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. Right, there's those 3 units that JGP had hiding in the woods. You can see he's just bringing them into the fray now. That was probably a bit of a sneaky move there. Trying to hide those units, bring them out to attack Mad King. Now you can see Spearman getting his cavalry around the flank there. You can see he's moved those cavalry over from his infantry position there, probably going to get on the flank there, probably looking to maybe smash into the flank of Mad King's infantry if they get engaged with JGP's infantry there. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Spearman's thinking there. Remember, Spearman's cavalry very well upgraded, 8 upgrades I believe. Here you'll see a bit of pilot exchanging going on between JGP's SPQR army and Mad King's Brutii army there. And as I say, here you can see you've got Spearman's cavalry on the left flank, and you can see JGP taking his well upgraded cavalry out to that left flank too. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So as I say, they're trying to join their cavalry up here on this left flank to smash into the flank of a Mad King. Well, their infantry attack. So what they would like is JGP's infantry to pin and hold Mad King's infantry while the cavalry smash into the flanks there. That would be what the enemy team would like to happen. So we just have to see how Mad King manages that position there, that situation. Now, if you notice here, I'm running my infantry over from that position here, because what I've spotted here is JGP has become a bit isolated from his allies. Look how far away his Carthage and Julii allies are away from him, a good distance away. Now what I'm thinking here is if I move fast and smash in to that SPQR army and Mad King attacks at the same time, we may have a good chance of taking out most of JGP's SPQR army. I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I'm thinking there. I'm moving over there fast. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded because I'm going to intend to smash into JGP's infantry when I hit it with my my infantry there. So that's the plan there. As I say, just look at the distance between JGP and his allies there. That's a long way away. And as I say, if I can move fast enough to get my Scipii infantry into the fray, I could smash into the flank of JGP's infantry just as Mad King hits his forward units there. Okay, that's what I'm thinking there. But you can see here that JGP is starting to be aggressive himself and attacking the forward units of Mad King's army there. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So as I say, JGP being very aggressive here, attacking the forward units, probably hoping that his cavalry and Spearman's cavalry are going to smash into Mad King's infantry. Okay, but you can see my Scipii army arriving now on the flank of JGP. There you can see that. Now I'm not going to mess around here. I'm going to smash straight in to that infantry. Here you can see Barclayman's cavalry there. He spotted that those Pharaoh bowmen there may be a little bit open to being hit by cavalry, so you can see he's looking to take his cavalry over there to take those bowmen out, but I'm pretty sure Mantu will counter that with his chariots. Okay, so meanwhile here you can see my Scipii infantry going in there, and bang, as I smash in there, you can see my cavalry there. I'm going to send my cavalry in as well. Get ready for this, and bang, as I smash in there as well. So there you are, you can see Mad King and myself there have routed a heck of a lot of JGP's SPQR infantry already there, and you can see I'm taking my cavalry on through there into more SPQR infantry units. Okay, so the plans work right now. Let's pause the game for a second here. So here you can see a lot of JGP's units have now been routed there. Okay, so that's as I say, that was a plan between Mad King and myself. We've taken them out, okay, before JGP's allies could get across to help him. Okay, I'm now going to run my cavalry over there to help Mad King's Brutii army against JGP's cavalry and infantry units he's got there. But now you'll see that both Carthage and Julii infantry are making their way over towards my infantry, okay, and Mad King's infantry there. You can see them both running over as fast as they can now to try and help JGP, who, as I say, maybe got a little bit isolated from his allies there. Okay, so as I say, you can see my cavalry charge into that SPQR cavalry, and bang, as my cavalry charges in there to help Mad King's infantry out. Okay, so what I want to do now is to make my army into a blocking force here. Okay, what I want to do now is try and hold, if I can, Carthage and Julii, allowing my Brutii ally to take out the rest of JGP's infantry and cavalry. Right, so as I say, you can see my Scipii army now I've formed as a blocking force there to block the enemy Julii and Carthage coming through to help their ally, while Mad King and my cavalry are trying to smash what's left of JGP's infantry and cavalry. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do there. My Scipii army going to act as a blocking force there against those two armies, while Mad King and my cavalry takes out the rest of JGP's army. Over here on our right flank, as I say, you can see a Mantu looks like he's going to be running his Pharaoh Bowman over towards that left flank, because it looks increasingly like the battle's going to be won or lost on that left flank. Here you can see Crypto has thrown out some screening pike units there, okay, in wide formation there, to try and block and hold them while he takes the bulk of his pike units. Remember, they're very well upgraded, over to our left flank there. Okay, so that's what he's trying to do, going to take his pikemen over there and join in with his Julii and Carthage ally there, and of course JGP's SPQR units there. Alright, so there's going to be a heck of a lot of enemy units coming over onto this left flank, as you can see there. Right there you can see JGP charging his SPQR cavalry in there, and bang, as he charges in there. Okay, I'm pulling my Scipii cavalry back to lock and load it, to charge it back in. You can see Barclayman bringing some of his cavalry over as well. Alright, but as I say, you can see my blue Scipii army here acting as a blocking force against Julii and Carthage there, hopefully allowing Mad King, and as I say, with help from my cavalry, to take out the rest of JGP's SPQR troops there. Right, let's just pause the game for a second, because there's a very dangerous development happening here, if you might see it. Right, you can see my cavalry. I'm going to help to charge in and hopefully finish off JGP's infantry there with the help of Mad King's Brutii infantry. But here, I'd just like to show you can see Carthage and Julii pressing in on my infantry, and they're about to press in even more. And on my right flank here, we've got a very dangerous situation. We've got Julii cavalry and Pontus chariots there, ready to smash into the flank of my very old battle formation. Now remember, we looked at my battle formation earlier. You saw the upgrades. You know it's a tried and tested battle hard formation there, battle hardened formation. But if all those enemy infantry really pressed in and I get hit in the flank, is this tried and tested battle formation able to hold, or will it break? Meanwhile, here you can see over on the right flank, Aurelius is 3 Spartan armies there. You remember he split his armies into 3. Now we need those as fast as he can get them over to the left flank. Okay, we could be relying on these Spartans here to kind of win the battle for us if they could get over there in time. But if they don't, then all our armies could be taken out. Remember, Egypt's got no infantry to be able to throw into the fray at all. I think Mantu's using his Pharaoh Bowman very well. He's taking his chariots over there, but he's got no infantry. So at the moment here, you can see my blue Scipii infantry there. It wouldn't surprise me if you see Carthage and Julii infantry really press into my troops, which you can see. Can you see they're surging forward into the forward units of my infantry there, and the chariots and Julii cavalry are about to smash into my flank. Look at them pushing in on my forward units there. Okay, and as I say, the chariots and cavalry are ready to hit. Over here you'll see most of Mad King's army is attacking what's left of JGP's infantry there. Okay, trying to take him out. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded to do that as well. But just look at those chariots and cavalry coming in here. This could be a mass rout for my battle formation there. And there goes that Julii cavalry, and bang! As it smashes in there, plus the fear factor and attacking specifications of those chariots as well. And bang! As they charge in there as well. Just look at the penetration of that Julii cavalry, and look at the Julii infantry and Carthage spearmen really pushing in to my battle formation there. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So look at the penetration of those Julii cavalry. Look at the chariots here bringing the fear factor, really smashing into the flank. I've got there you can see more chariots here pushing in. You've got enemy Julii infantry really pushing into me, and you've got that Carthage sacred band spearmen pushing into me as well. So as I say, this morale based old fashioned battle formation is holding, I think, extremely well against a mass attack there by enemy troops. There's a couple of Brutii units here on my flank, stopping those Julii units getting around my flank there of Madking, so nice support there. But just look at that massive impact. So as I say, a battle-hardened, old-fashioned battle formation can still hold on the modern-day battlefield. Here you can see we're trying to finish off JGP's SPQR units that are left there. You can see Madking taking his infantry units forward there, maybe trying to take out those Carthage sacred band. But really, I could do with them. I could do with those Brutii units of Madking over on my side there to help me. Now here's some more danger coming our way. There's Pontus pikeman. Remember, very well upgraded. I think he's looking to smash into me as well. It looks to me, I remember at the time thinking that the enemy want to take out my Scipii army if they can. Okay, now over here you'll see that Aurelius is bringing his Spartan armies over as fast as he can there, and you can see that Mantu with his chariots, a combination of his chariots and archers there, has routed, starting to attack and routing some of those Pontus pikemen there. Okay, they would be severely weakened, I'm guessing, by the archers, and then with the fear factor the chariots bring in there, they would be routed there, because remember, Pontus morale's not very good. And as I say, we need Aurelius's Greek city units over onto our left flank as soon as he can get over there, because things maybe not looking that good for us over there. But just look at the impact and penetration that red Julii cavalry's got. Don't forget the chariots are there as well. And that old-fashioned battle formation of mine is still holding. Let's see the chariots charging back into the rear of my units there as well. So I'm just really pleased with how well this morale-based formation can hold. And as I say, newer players to Rome Total War, when you're making your Roman army builds, I thought this was a good example of what you can build. Now this is a good move here by Mantu. Okay, he's charging his chariots forward there, but if you notice, he's not kind of attacking. What he's doing, he's trying to keep those chariots close to bring their fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops. He doesn't want to get involved with those anti-cavalry Carthaginians there, but he's just going to keep his chariots closer. Right, as I say, you can see here that the Julii infantry are really pushing in, and Carthage infantry, a well upgraded spearmen, are pushing in to my Scipii army there. But here comes those Pontus pikemen there. As I say, Mantu's doing a good thing here, just keeping his chariots close to the fray to lower the morale of enemy troops. Now over here, don't forget, he's got those 14 elite Pharaoh bowmen shooting loads of arrows into those Pontus pikemen. Make no mistake, he will be weakening them. And remember, Pontus morale's not very good as well, so if you hit them with fire arrows, lowering their morale even more, you might have a good chance of routing them. Okay, you can see a lot of these Pontus pikemen there, as I say, with low morale, being away from their general, they've been routed there as well. And you can see our Greek city's ally getting over there now as quick as he can with his Spartans. I remember thinking at the time, hurry up Aurelius, because you know, we don't know how long we could be able to hold here. Now as I say, here you can see the enemy really pushing in, but as I say, the danger there is those Pontus pikemen, those well upgraded Pontus pikemen coming in from our right flank as well. Okay, so as I say, there you can see Mantu keeping his chariots back from the main fray there. Right, now here you can see a Madking is moving his Brutii army forward there, try and take out those Julii infantry. Now can you see I've got my very battle damaged Scipii cavalry. I'm ready to charge in there. Now if you notice here, can you see the targets I'm going for? Can you see the SPQR general? Okay, you see the SPQR general there, and also can you see just by the side of him the enemy Julii general as well? Okay, so I'm hoping with my battle damage cavalry, if I aim for the Julii general, I'll smash through the SPQR general, hopefully taking him out as my cavalry hits. Plus, as I say, you can see Mad King's Brutii infantry charging as well. But we're looking to take these two general units out to take the morale bonus away from these enemy troops as we charge in. And bang! As my cavalry smashes in there. You can see that there. I think we've just killed the SPQR general, which is good. That's good news for us, taking the SPQR general out. There you can see, right, let's pause again for a second here. So part of our plan is we're there taking the SPQR general out there, taking the morale bonus away. Now we're going to try and take out Spearman's general there as well, taking the morale bonus away from him. But look at these Pontus pikemen. If you notice here, I can see Pontus coming in, so I've turned my general unit to face the threat of those Pontus pikemen coming in, as the general unit was not engaged. The rest of my troops are engaged, so I don't want to fiddle around with them, pulling them out of engagement there, because I'll lose a lot of troops and they may rout. So as I say, you can see the Carthaginians and the Julii troops really pushing in on my infantry, and here comes a Pontus pikeman here to maybe finish my army off. I got the impression, as I said earlier, I got the impression the enemy are looking to take my Scipii army out, the amount of pressure they've put on my army there. But you can see, as I say, Mad King bringing his Brutii infantry forward. Now I wonder if he's going to back his infantry off, seeing those massive Pontus pikemen coming in there. And there you can see, can you see Mad King is now pulling his Brutii infantry back. Let's just pause again for a second. So as the Pontus pikemen hit, as I say, you can see Mad King pulling his infantry back. Now he may well be pulling his infantry back to kind of regroup, reorganise before he charges back in. But here you can see this is a nice blocking force here by Crypto. He's put a pike unit out there to try and hold up the Greek cities to stop them getting to the rear of his pikemen there. Okay, but you can see the Greek cities getting over as fast as they can. And please don't forget the fantastic job that these 14 Pharaoh bowman units are doing here. They'll be shooting into the back of those Pontus pikemen, causing massive damage there. Remember the firepower that 14 Pharaoh bowmen can lay down onto enemy troops. So make no mistake there, the firepower there will be going down onto the rear of those Pontus pikemen. Okay. I can see a couple of the Pontus chariots have run amok, but Greek cities now, Aurelius is getting over to us as fast as he can. I hope he can smash into the back of those Pontus pikemen there, because they're putting a lot of pressure on my infantry. I've seen one of my Eagle units has just been routed there, as those pike units are pushing forward into my infantry. Okay, so there you are. You can see those Pontus pikemen really pushing in now into my Scipii infantry, with those massive long pikes pushing in there. As I say, my infantry probably going to rout there. Now here you can see Mad King bringing some of his Brutii infantry over, attacking from the flank into those Pontus pikemen there. Nice move for him there. Let's just pause again for a second here. So as I say, I've got Carthaginians pushing. You can see my units are starting to break now under this massive attack by Pontus pikemen, and those Carthage spearmen pushing in on me as well. Okay, you can see them really pushing in there, and as I say, my formation looks like it's starting to break now under that massive hit there. But Mad King's starting to bring some more of his Brutii infantry into the fray as well to help out. Plus you've got Aurelius' Greek cities coming in from the rear, so that's good as well. You can see where Mad King's attacking some of that Julii infantry. So now if Aurelius can smash into the back of those Pontus pikemen, he might be able to kill that Pontus general. Remember, Pontus morale's not very good. Take the general out and lowers their morale even more there. Let's say a lot of my units have now been routed there by the sheer numbers and power of the Sacred Band Spearman and those Pontus pikemen coming in on me as well. But as I say, you can see Mad King really helping there with his Brutii infantry there coming in to help, and you can see Aurelius is now moving in the rear there with his Greek city units. So really glad that he's managed to get over now there with his Spartans, really pushing in there now on the enemy troops. Nice move there by Barclayman. You can see he's brought some of his Carthage troops over there to try and counter Aurelius' Greek cities units there. I paused again for a second here. So as I say, you can see another one of my units is routed. I think I've just got 4 units left now, and the Carthaginians and Pontus are really pushing in there. As I say, I remember at the time thinking that it looked like the enemy team just wanted to take my Scipii army out there. But as I say, I just got 4 units left. That's all I've got now out of my entire army. And as I say, I'm engaging the Carthaginians there, and you can see, as I say, those Pontus pikemen pushing in. But as I say here, you can see, I think Mantu's running his archers. Well, they're still shooting from that range straight into the enemy there, so they're going to be causing loads of casualties. And if they're shooting fire arrows, they're going to be lowering the morale of Pontus even more. But as I say, this is a good tactic for newer players to roam Total War. If you notice here, can you see that Mantu's keeping his chariots out of the fray? He doesn't want them getting near Pontus or Carthage pikes and spearmen there. He doesn't want that. But look, can you see? Frightened by chariots. If you look closely there, you'll see frightened by chariots there, look. So even though he's got his chariots away from the fray, he's still using that fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops there. Okay, so that's a nice tactic. As I say, he doesn't want to throw his chariots in there with the Pontus and Carthage pike and spears there that could kill them, but he's using those chariots to lower their morale. So that's a good move there by Mantu. And newer players to roam Total War is a good tactic there. You don't want to charge your chariots in. You lose your chariots with all those pikes and spearmen in. But keeping them where they are, taking morale away from those enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. Now I notice the Pontus pikemen were tired. Their general's just been routed there, so it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of those Pontus units now started to rout. As we can see, that's what they're doing there. And with our Greek city ally moving in behind them as well. But you can see those Carthaginians still moving forward towards my Scipii army there. So they still trying to, from what I can see, they're still trying to take out what's left of my poor old Scipii army there, as those Carthaginians move forward. Okay, so let's pause again for a second here. So as I say, here you can see a lot of enemy troops are starting to rout now, including, I think, all the Pontus pikemen have now routed. But those Carthaginians there still moving forward there towards my Scipii troops. Alright, so as I say, they seem to be targeting my Scipii troops there a bit. And if you notice here, you'll see that Barclayman had these 3 Sacred Band cavalry hiding in the woods that he's just brought out the woods there. Okay, now what I'm thinking he's going to do with those is smash into the back of my battle damaged and tired troops there. Okay, make no mistake, all my infantry that I've got left, all 4 units, are extremely battle damaged. And so I'm thinking here he's going to smash into the back. He's got a couple of his missile units there, look, throwing those javelins or spears into the rear of my general there. There you can see my general. I've put my general at the back there, away from the fighting as such. But now he's a bit exposed to being hit by missiles and a cavalry attack if it comes in from the rear. Okay. So what they may well be looking at here is a hammer and anvil attack. The Carthage infantry being the anvil, although a lot of them are routing now. There you can see, right, that's all the Pontus and Carthage spearmen and pikemen there have been routed. Okay, pause again for a second. Okay, so a nice attack here. I wanted to show you this. Madking coming in from the flanks, look. Not taking them on head on, coming in from the flanks. You've got our Greek cities ally coming in from behind. And as I say, Madking coming in from the other flank as well. So he's hitting the pike and spears from the flank, which is the best thing to do, while my Scipii army is kind of holding them at the front. But these Sacred Band cavalry are ready to smash into what's left of my infantry and maybe rout what's left of my Scipii infantry there. Okay, so, and then that will be the end of my army. But I think they've done well. I think they held, you know, quite well there against the enemy troops there. But here comes those Sacred Band cavalry straight into the rear of my general. Get ready for this. Massive impact there. He's going to smash straight into it. Get ready. And bang! And bang! And the third unit going in. And bang! As they smash in there. And still there. He's routed one of my Scipii units there and up. But my general unit is still holding there. Let's pause again for a second. So let's have a look. I've got 1 man left in my general unit. That's all I've got now after that massive attack there by those Sacred Band cavalry. 1 man left in my general unit. They couldn't quite kill him. But as I say, I got the impression they were really trying to take out my Scipii army here, the enemy team. And as I say, those cavalry charging in there, I thought would have finished me off there. You can still see that Carthage cavalry still pushing in on my general with 1 man left there. And I think that was the last charge of the enemy troops, and it looks like we've managed to go on to win the battle there. Okay, you can see the battlefield was quite spread out in some ways. Over here you can see there some of the archers there I think were taken out. A lot of the Pontus pikemen that Crypto sent over as a blocking force has been taken out. You can see those archers. I think Crypto's probably admitted defeat now, and you can see that a muck chariot there will be killing his own men there. So I'm glad that your muck chariot's away from our troops. And as I say here, you can see Mantu used those chariots very well. He didn't want to throw them into the fray with all those pikes and spears, but he used them there to take the morale away from enemy troops just outside the fray there. So well done to him. As I say, it looks like we've managed to rout most of the enemy troops there between us. So a nice attack there by Madking's Brutii army and our Greek cities ally. And as I say, the morale sapping abilities of those chariots, keeping them out of the fray as well, really helped our team. But as I say, I think I've got 3 units left there. That's all I've got left out of my entire battle formation there. 17 men in that one, and which surprises me. I got 17 men left in a unit. And oh my gosh, I got even more in that unit, which surprised me. And as we saw earlier, I've got 1 man left in my general unit, and that is the entirety of my army. That's everything I've got left. So as I say, my army I think took the brunt of the attacks there, but let's say an old-fashioned, old-school, morale-based army I think held quite well here. If you look at the intensity of the battle here, just by the massive piles of dead in this particular area, you could see that our left flank was where the enemy decided to strike. This is where the hammer blow landed the hardest for us, I think. And look at here, this is like a massive cavalry battle here, doesn't it? There's infantry dead amongst that as well, but you can mostly see the cavalry there. That was a massive cavalry and a bit of infantry battle there, I think, earlier on. So as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. As I say, we've just 3 units left of my army. I was amazed that I still had 3 units left after what they'd gone through. So very pleased about that.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms.
You can see Mantu's chariot still out there. And there we go. So the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well there, guys. I was really surprised it was a clear victory. I thought it would have been an average victory, to be honest with you. And the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Madking with his 18 infantry army. Nearly 1,800 kills there. So really well done to Madking. Did extremely well there with his Brutii army. So let's say well done to Crypto. Remember, that was an experimental army, so he obviously didn't get the kills that he wanted to there. Very experimental. Well done to Spearman. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to either. Well done to Barclayman. Got some quite good kills there with his Carthage army. And well done to JGP. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to. But really well played, guys. Nice aggressive attacking tactics there. Really well played. That old army of mine, 1,500. Yeah, that's quite good kills. Quite pleased with that. But as I say, that was an old-fashioned, old-school battle formation there. A morale-based battle formation. And I thought it did really good against that massive attack of enemy troops there. So it just goes to show, doesn't it, that a battle formation from maybe 12, 13 years ago can still work on a modern-day battlefield. As I say, well done to Madking, highest kills. Well done to Mantu. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he did extremely well with his bowmen and those chariots. And bearing in mind he had no infantry, I thought he did extremely well there, and he had no desert bonus either. Well done to Aurelius there with his Greek cities. I was all the time thinking, come on Aurelius, come on, get over to our flank. So well done to everybody in the game. And as I say, that old battle formation of mine, I thought it did very well. Look at the diversity of our team. Rome, Egypt and Greek cities. So that's quite a diverse team there. And then, of course, the enemy team have got Pontus, Rome, Carthage and Rome. Do you think that either team had faction advantage there? Please, if you do, please put it in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this battle, and as I say, I wanted to show what an old school morale based army and battle formation could do on the modern day battlefield. So I hope you enjoyed this battle. Look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.